Welcome to the True Tomorrows podcast. Ready for another cool weekly science fiction probe
You got it.
into wild galactic tales from flash fiction? We're bringing you those blockbuster sci-fi feels, but in like bite-sized stories.
Right. Right to the action.
And today, you're in for a real treat because we're launching not one, but two thrilling probes.
Double feature.
Right.
2 for the price of 1. You know we love to deliver the goods here at True Tomorrows.
We do. So first up, we're diving into Robinson in Space.
Okay.
Now, the name might sound familiar. You know, it's that classic tale of survival.
Right.
But this time we're ditching the deserted island.
Yeah.
Trading it in for,
Yeah.
like, the uncharted depths of space. Imagine that iconic story, right?
Okay.
But thrust into a totally, completely alien setting. So think about it. What happens when a seasoned space explorer's routine mission goes totally sideways? Leaving him stranded on a world nobody knows. Like, what kind of challenges and maybe even connections are waiting out there in that vast unknown?
Oh, well, I think what's immediately gripping about Robinson in Space is that you've got this core idea, right? You're taking this really well-established narrative, that framework, and then you're just dropping it into a brand new context. It forces us to rethink these fundamental questions of human resilience and adaptation when all the familiar anchors are gone.
Absolutely. Like, how do you even begin to survive, let alone thrive, in a place where everything is alien to you?
Right. It throws everything we take for granted right out the airlock.
And then for our second science fiction probe, we're going full speed ahead with Robin Hood in Space.
Ooh, space Robin Hood.
Forget Sherwood Forest and Arrows. This Robin and Marion. They're soaring through the stars, taking on a tyrannical empire.
No more hiding in the trees. It's zero-G archery time.
You're talking daring heists, thrilling escapes across light years,
I mean-
and a galaxy-wide rebellion brewing. It's swashbuckling adventure on an interstellar scale.
It makes you wonder, right? How do you even, pull off a heist in space? The security systems have got to be out of this world.
Laser tripwires, force field vaults. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Oh, yeah. And think about the escapes. No more horses. You're talking spaceships, maybe even teleportation.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Dodging laser blasts while teleporting away with the loot.
Exactly. That's the kind of stuff that gets your pulse racing.
It does. So we've got these two imaginative flash fiction stories, right? Packed with surprises, unexpected twists, and scenarios that will really get you thinking.
That's right. You'll be on the edge of your seat.
So strap in and let's launch this first science fiction probe, Robinson in Space. We're starting with how our main man, Robinson Crusoe, even ends up in this crazy predicament. What sets the stage for his wild ride?
Okay. So picture this, right? We've got Robinson Crusoe, not a sailor this time. He's a veteran of, countless space voyages. He's been around the cosmic block a time or two.
A real spacefaring pro.
Exactly. And he's aboard the Endeavour, which is this ship. Its whole job is charting the very edges of known space, like pushing the boundaries of what we know. The story tells us, though, that as a child, he was totally captivated by the stars. He dreamt of this life.
I get it. That sense of wonder, that pull towards the unknown. It's like a universal thing, isn't it?
It is. But now, after years in the void, that initial wonder, it's been kind of replaced for him by the routine of long voyages.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Even something as awesome as space travel can become routine after a while. It's like anything, right? You do it long enough, it loses some of that initial magic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that contrast between those idealistic dreams of, your youth and the sometimes mundane reality of even an extraordinary job like space exploration. I think it resonates, right? It sets the stage.
It does, for something big to disrupt that routine, something huge to shake things up.
And that disruption comes in the form of an anomaly. The Endeavour suddenly veers off course. And it's not a navigational error or anything. It's because the ship's AI, Captain Ahab. Hold on. Captain Ahab, like from Moby Dick. You got it. That's an interesting choice for an AI's name, don't you think?
Tell me about it. A name like that, it carries a lot of baggage.
It does. Like obsession.
Oh.
A relentless pursuit of the unknown. And maybe even some destructive consequences, not just a random name. It's like a hint at the journey ahead.
Exactly, like a little foreshadowing. Right?
Oh, for sure. So Captain Ahab, the AI, detects something unusual and forces the ship off course.
Yeah. What's fascinating is the AI's reaction. It doesn't have enough data to classify this anomaly, and it actually recommends caution, a word we're told Ahab rarely uses.
So this AI, named after this famous figure of obsession, is suddenly hesitant, almost uncertain. It's like red flags are going up all over the place. Yeah, yeah. That unusual hesitancy coming from this typically unflackable AI. It's a clear signal. We're entering uncharted territory, not just physically, but conceptually, too. This is something completely new, something beyond their experience.
So we've got a seasoned space explorer, maybe a little jaded, and an AI named after a figure of obsession. And now they're encountering something that even the AI treats with extreme caution. What's Crusoe gonna do?
Well, that inherent human drive, right? That curiosity to push beyond the known, it kicks in.
It's like we're wired for it, right? To explore, to discover.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Crusoe, he sees this cosmic anomaly through the ship's viewport.
He's got to see it with his own eyes.
Right, and it's described as this mesmerizing swirl of colors, unlike anything he's ever seen. Despite the AI's warning that visual allure, too strong, he decides they need a closer look. He's got to know what it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's like when you see something so new, so different, you can't help but be drawn to it. It's that drive to witness something beyond our current understanding, even when there's risk involved. It's a powerful human trait.
Oh, absolutely. Like our fascination with the deep sea or those first images from a new space telescope, It's that same impulse driving Crusoe forward.
He can't resist the allure of the unknown.
He can't. But as they get closer, things take a dramatic turn. The ship is suddenly caught in this invisible force, this strong gravitational pull. Alarms start blaring, lights are flashing, systems are going haywire. It's a full-blown crisis.
It's like their worst nightmare coming to life. You're in space, reliant on this technology, and suddenly it's all failing in the face of something you don't understand. That's got to be terrifying.
Oh, it is. And Crusoe, he's trying to regain control, but the Endeavour is being pulled, seized by something far beyond their tech.
And amidst this chaos, Crusoe gets a quick glimpse of a planet. It's rushing towards them, a vibrant sphere of greens and blues. And it's in that moment the narrative points out this conflict within him, the sheer panic of an impending crash colliding with this undeniable awe at the sight of this alien world. It's that simultaneous fear and fascination with the unknown, a very human reaction.
Absolutely. It's like even in the face of danger, that sense of wonder can still break through.
It can. And then, of course, the crash.
To hit the planet.
Hard. He wakes up in the wreckage on this alien planet. You can imagine the disorientation, sensory overload of unfamiliar sights, sounds, smells. His first instinct, is to contact Captain Ahab, his constant companion on these long voyages. But there's nothing. Only silence.
Oh, wow. That's got to be devastating, to go from that constant presence to complete silence, to realize you are truly alone.
It is. It's that stark realization of complete isolation.
Yeah.
And it must be profound.
That silence from the AI, it really amplifies his solitude. He's stripped bare. No familiar environment, no tech support. Just him facing this alien world.
Alone, on a planet he knows nothing about. What's he going to do?
Well, Crusoe. He does what humans do. He fights for survival. Start salvaging anything useful from the Endeavour's wreckage. Tools, supplies, and crucially, the ship's data pad.
That's his lifeline.
It is. And miraculously, it still works. So it becomes his link to his past and a way to document this terrifying present he finds himself in.
He's got to hold on to something familiar in this totally unfamiliar place.
Right. And that data pad becomes more than just technology, It's a journal, a confidant in his isolation, a tangible link to his former life. For me, it highlights that human need to record, to make sense of experience, even in the face of overwhelming adversity.
To document, to process, to leave a record. It's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, isn't it? That even in a situation like this, he's driven to create something, to leave a mark.
It is a way of saying, I was here, this is what happened.
So he's using the wreckage, whatever resources this planet has to offer, to create shelter. And every day is a struggle. Against the elements, the unfamiliar environment, he's got to learn to hunt, to find food. All those basic survival skills are now the most important things in the world.
It strips life down to its bare essentials: food, shelter, safety.
Yeah. And all the while, he's making entries in this data pad, chronicling his days, the hardships, the loneliness. There's even an entry where he mentions missing the simple sound of a human voice.
Wow, that's powerful. It makes this fantastical setting so relatable, because even in this far-flung scenario, the basic human desires for safety, for sustenance, for connection, they remain. It makes you consider what truly defines us as humans.
It does, and it gets you thinking, what would you miss the most if you were in that situation? It's a question we don't often ask ourselves, right? But it's a good one to consider.
It is. So he's surviving, documenting his experiences, and then one evening he sees this flicker of light. in the distance.
Oh, a glimmer of hope.
Right. Could it be rescue? But what he discovers is something much more unexpected.
More unexpected than rescue in this situation.
Right. Because hidden in the alien foliage, he sees a figure moving with this incredible grace. A being unlike any human he's ever encountered.
It's not other humans. It's something else.
Something else entirely.
It's got to be both terrifying and exciting at the same time.
It is. It shatters that isolation, but also introduces a whole new set of unknowns. Ally? Threat? We don't know. It instantly raises the stakes for survival.
So he observes this being cautiously, and eventually he names it Friday.
A clear connection back to the original Robinson Crusoe. It's like a deliberate echo, right? It makes you think about the power dynamics and how the relationship might develop in this new context.
Yeah.
And the fact that Crusoe is cautious. Totally understandable.
Right. I mean, you're on an alien planet. You encounter a being you've never seen before. Caution is the only sensible response.
Absolutely. But over time, that apprehension gives way to trust and understanding. They start communicating through gestures, mimicking sounds, building this like rudimentary shared language. It's amazing.
They find a way to connect, despite their differences.
They do. And Friday's knowledge of the planet, it becomes crucial to Crusoe's survival. Friday teaches him what's safe to eat, what to avoid, how to navigate the environment. It's like Friday becomes his guide to this alien world.
From potential threat to essential guide, that's a wild turn of events.
It is. It highlights this possibility, right? That understanding, even profound relationships, can transcend language and species. For you, it might raise questions about what is universal in communication, that deep-seated human need for connection. Do all sentient beings crave connection, or is that just us?
It's a big question, but a good one.
It is. So now Crusoe's not just surviving. He's learning, he's adapting, he's forming this incredible bond.
And then the story throws another curveball at them.
Oh, there's more.
Always more. Crusoe and Friday, they stumble upon these ancient ruins. They're overgrown with alien plans, marked by these strange geometric shapes, indecipherable symbols.
Oh, ruins. That suggests a past civilization, a history predating their arrival. Immediately, you start wondering what happened to them.
And what's interesting is Friday's reaction to these ruins. Friday's hesitant, even reluctant to approach them.
Almost like a fear, right? Like Friday knows something about these ruins that Crusoe doesn't.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Crusoe, he's captivated. He's obsessed with uncovering their history.
That human curiosity again.
It never rests. So Crusoe, he tries to use some of the salvage tech from the Endeavour to scan these ruins, hoping to learn something about their origins. But, and this is classic sci-fi, his actions trigger something. A powerful, menacing guardian, some kind of ancient defense system. They barely escape, thanks to Friday's quick thinking.
So Crusoe's curiosity clashes with the power of this unknown civilization. A classic case of some things are better left undisturbed.
Right, or at least approached with a little more caution.
Yeah, a little more caution wouldn't hurt. But even after that close call, Crusoe's desire to understand these ruins doesn't go away. He's driven to know more. And later, he makes another discovery. Cave drawings, preserved inside one of the less destroyed structures. And these drawings depict the planet's history.
They actually tell a story.
They do. They show a long period of harmony, technological advancement, and then this devastating cataclysm caused by a shadowy, malevolent force.
So the ruins aren't just remnants of a lost civilization. They're also a warning.
Exactly. And Friday, seeing these drawings, confirms this history, adding their own perspective through gestures and sounds. Like, yes, this is what happened here. This is what destroyed my people.
Oh, wow. So now the mystery deepens. We've got this lost civilization, this shadowy force that destroyed them, and a sense of impending doom. It feels like something bad is going to happen.
It does. Like, this shadowy force is still out there, waiting to strike again.
And that feeling is proven right when this monstrous creature appears. It's described as a terrifying fusion of all the planet's predators.
Like the worst bits of all the dangerous creatures combined into one super predator.
Yeah. But it's not just animal instinct driving it. It's got malevolent intelligence.
Yeah.
And it's connected to that same force that wiped out Friday's civilization. Now Crusoe and Friday are facing a whole new level of danger.
This is no longer about surviving the elements, right? This is about facing a deliberate, intelligent, and hostile entity. And for Friday, it's got to be personal. This thing is connected to the destruction of their people.
Yeah. So they go from trying to understand this planet to trying to avoid being killed by this monster.
It's back to survival mode. But now they have to outsmart a creature that's driven by this ancient, malevolent force. The stakes just got so much higher.
And those high stakes lead to a confrontation. They can't avoid this creature forever, and eventually they're forced to fight. And the story really emphasizes their teamwork.
Yeah, Crusoe and Friday working together.
Right. Crusoe's ingenuity and the salvage tech, combined with Friday's knowledge of the planet and his creatures, it's like a perfect partnership.
It is. They compensate for each other's weaknesses. It's proof that sometimes our differences can be our greatest strength.
Yeah. And in this pivotal moment, the creature has Crusoe cornered. All hope seems lost. But then Friday steps in, does something incredible that creates an opening, and Crusoe, he's able to finally defeat the beast.
Wow. That moment of mutual saving, it's the heart of their relationship. It solidifies their bond, shows how their different skills, perspectives, they've become their greatest strength. It's the power of collaboration.
It is. But just when you think they can breathe a sigh of relief, the story takes another unexpected turn.
Another one. What now?
Friday reveals something incredible. Through these detailed drawings in the sand, it turns out their planet isn't isolated. It's part of this much larger, interconnected cosmic network. And the creature, it was a disruption to this network, like an imbalance in this grand cosmic ecosystem.
Whoa, hold on. So the scope of the story just blew wide open. We've gone from survival on a remote planet to a cosmic ecosystem, a network of interconnected worlds. That changes everything.
It does. Imagine Crusoe's mind being blown. He was just focused on getting through each day, and now he's learning about this massive cosmic network.
And that this network is in danger? That's a huge responsibility to suddenly place on his shoulders.
It is, but it doesn't stop there. Because as if things couldn't get any crazier, an alien ship appears in the sky.
No way. Another alien species.
Yep. And these guys call themselves the Eridani. And they're guardians of this cosmic balance. They detected the disturbance caused by the creature and came to investigate.
So now we have a third player in this game, advanced aliens. Who knows what they're capable of?
Right. And the Eridani, they explain that there's this even bigger malevolent force out there, a shadow looming over the entire cosmic network, threatening to unravel the balance.
Uh-oh. Sounds like the big bad.
Yeah.
The ultimate evil.
And then they offer Crusoe and Friday a chance to join them in their fight against this threat.
Wow. From stranded explorer to intergalactic guardian.
Talk about a career change.
It's a massive escalation of stakes for both of them. Their experiences on this isolated planet, it was all preparation for something much bigger. They were training for the cosmic big leagues.
But they don't get much time to celebrate their new gig.
Well, why not?
Because the enemy fleet arrives, and a full-scale battle erupts. It's Crusoe, with his resourcefulness, maybe some of that salvaged human tech, and Friday, with their understanding of the disrupted ecosystem. And then you have the Eridani and their advanced weaponry, all working together.
Wow, a truly cosmic team-up.
It is. Human ingenuity, alien knowledge, and advanced weaponry all combined. That's got to be one heck of a sight.
It really showcases the value of diverse skills, right? It's not just about firepower. It's about integrating different forms of knowledge and expertise. Yeah. That's how you win a war against a cosmic threat.
Teamwork makes the dream work. But even with all that firepower, things get rough. Crusoe finds himself face-to-face with the enemy leader. It's a desperate struggle, and things are looking grim. But just in the nick of time, the Eridani intervene, turning the tide and leading to the enemy's defeat.
Whew. That was close. But they won, right? They pushed back the darkness.
They did. But the battle is won, not the war. The Eridani leader, Lyra, warns that this was just one battle. The war against this larger threat is far from over.
Oh, so the fight continues. It's never easy, is it? Good always has to struggle against evil.
It's the eternal battle. But Crusoe and Friday are now part of something bigger than themselves. They've gone from isolation to connection, from survival to purpose. It's a transformation you don't see every day.
It's inspiring. It makes you think that even in the darkest moments, even when you feel completely alone, there's always the possibility of connection, of finding purpose.
It does. So the Eridani, they depart, leaving Crusoe and Friday behind on their adopted planet. But they're not the same people they were when they crashed. They're guardians now, bound together, ready to face any challenge the universe throws at them.
What a journey. From crash landing to cosmic guardians.
Talk about an epic adventure. It's a reminder that even the most ordinary of us can be caught up in something extraordinary.
That's the beauty of sci-fi, right? It takes these ordinary human experiences and places them in these extraordinary settings. And it makes you think, what if that were me? How would I react? What choices would I make?
Exactly. And on that note, Let's shift gears and launch our second science fiction probe, Robin Hood in Space. This one's got a different flavor, but it's just as exciting.
Oh, yeah. This is the classic tale of rebellion and social justice, but taken to a whole new level.
So picture this. A lavish imperial space station, the kind of place that just screams excess and corruption. Think shimmering chrome, glittering jewels, robots serving champagne. And in the heart of it all, we have Robin of the Stars. He's disguised as this wealthy noble, blending in with the elite.
The ultimate undercover operation.
Yeah.
A wolf in space sheep's clothing.
Exactly. But he's not there for the party. He's got a mission to infiltrate the highest levels of the station and steal a data crystal. This crystal contains proof, undeniable evidence of the Empire's brutal atrocities.
Ooh. Risky business. High stakes. Infiltrating the belly of the beast.
And it's not just a solo mission either. He's got backup. Maid Marian is providing remote support, acting as his eyes and ears, but there's a problem. A big one. The Sheriff of Nottingham is also at this gala.
No way. The sheriff, talk about bad timing.
Right. The Empire's most feared enforcer. Talk about pressure.
It's like all the familiar players from the Robin Hood story are present. But now they're in this futuristic sci-fi setting, and the sheriff's presence. It immediately cranks up the tension. The danger is palpable.
It is. But Robin, he pulls it off. He gets that data crystal. But the moment he does, alarms are blaring. The whole station is on high alert. And Marion is on comms, warning him, the sheriff knows you're there.
Oh no, time for a daring escape.
It's go time. He's dodging security bots, laser grids, you name it. The story even mentions these hidden features in his noble disguise. Concealed gadgets, tech-enhanced agility. It's like James Bond in space.
He's using the future to his advantage. That's awesome.
It is. He manages to evade the sheriff in a thrilling chase through the station's corridors and those grimy lower levels. Think like the Death Star trash compactor, but way more high-tech.
I can picture it. Sparks flying, laser zapping, a desperate fight for survival.
Finally, he makes it back to his ship, the Mary, another little nod to the classic tale. Right?
Oh yeah, I love those little details.
And as he blasts off, the story really emphasizes the importance of that data crystal. This isn't just some stolen info. It's the potential to ignite a galaxy-wide rebellion. Hope for the oppressed.
Wow, so it's not just about stealing something, it's about exposing the truth, giving people hope that things can change.
Exactly. So back on the Mary, Robin, Marion, Little John, Will Scarlet, they're all there, the whole gang, they're strategizing.
The gang's all here.
They've got this audacious plan to infiltrate the Imperial archives on Centauri Prime.
Centauri Prime, the heart of the Empire, they're going for the jugular.
They're not messing around. They want to broadcast this data across the entire galactic network, expose the Empire's crimes for all to see.
That's a huge move. Bold. Risky. But if it works, it could change everything.
High risk, high reward. They manage to slip past the initial defenses. Will Scarlet starts uploading the data, and then...
Uh-oh. And then what?
It's a trap. The whole thing was a setup. In the chaos, Marion is captured by Imperial forces.
No! Not Marion. What's Robin gonna do?
He's heartbroken, furious, but he knows he has to stay focused. And this event makes him realize something crucial. Simply striking at the Empire, engaging in these direct actions, isn't enough.
He needs to do more.
He needs to inspire a movement. He needs to become a symbol of resistance that resonates across the galaxy, something that gives people the courage to stand up and fight back.
Oh, I see. He needs to be more than just a rebel. He needs to be a symbol, a leader, someone who inspires others to action.
Right, so the Mary becomes this phantom ship, striking at Imperial targets, freeing prisoners, broadcasting these messages of resistance, and Robin. He becomes this iconic, galaxy-wide symbol of defiance, a beacon of hope.
He's taking the fight to the next level. He's not just fighting the Empire. He's inspiring others to join him.
And it's working. People are starting to believe that they can fight back, that the Empire isn't invincible.
The power of hope. It's contagious.
It is. But the Empire, they're not going to take this lying down. The sheriff, he's ruthless. He retaliates brutally, targeting planets that are sympathetic to Robin, making examples of them, trying to crush the rebellion before it can fully blossom.
Oh, man. That's cold. Using fear and violence to control people. Classic tyrannical move.
It is. But Robin sees through it. He knows that inspiring hope isn't enough. He needs to expose the Empire's true nature, their corruption, their cruelty, to the whole galaxy.
He's going to rip away their mask.
Yeah.
Show everyone what's underneath. That's a powerful strategy.
It is. And the story builds towards this final showdown. The sheriff corners Robin and his crew on a remote moon. It looks like a trap, a desperate last stand.
Oh no, they're outnumbered, outgunned. What are they going to do?
It's a tense moment. You think this is the end for them, but then...
Then what?
Out of the darkness of space, a massive fleet of rebel ships appears from all corners of the galaxy.
What?
Reinforcements. It's not just reinforcements, it's a full-blown armada. People inspired by Robin, by his message of hope and defiance, have come to join the fight.
Wow. The rebellion has arrived. All because one man dared to stand up and fight back.
It's amazing. And amidst this epic battle, amidst the chaos and the laser fire, Robin and the sheriff face off in a climactic duel. It's more than just a fight, it's a clash of ideologies.
Good versus evil. Freedom versus tyranny.
Exactly. And in the end, Robin wins. He defeats the sheriff, shattering the Empire's image of invincibility for all to see.
A symbolic victory. The seemingly invincible giant has fallen.
And the impact is immediate. The news of the sheriff's defeat, combined with the arrival of the rebel fleet, it sends shockwaves across the galaxy.
It's the beginning of the end for the Empire.
The galaxy is an open rebellion. Robin's actions have sparked a revolution.
Amazing. One man's courage, his determination to fight for what's right, has brought down an entire empire. It shows you the power of an individual to make a difference, to inspire others, to change the world.
It does. So there you have it, folks. 2 incredible tales of cosmic adventure. In Robinson in Space, we saw how one explorer, facing unimaginable isolation, not only survived, but thrived, forged an incredible friendship, became a guardian of this vast cosmic ecosystem. It makes you think about the amazing resilience of the human spirit and the potential for connection even in the face of the unknown.
It also reminds us that we're part of something much bigger than ourselves, this vast, interconnected universe, full of wonder and danger.
And then in Robin Hood in Space, we saw how the fight for justice can take on a whole new dimension in a futuristic setting. It's a reminder that even in the darkest times, a single spark of hope can ignite a revolution.
And that even the most powerful empires can be brought down when people unite and fight for what they believe in.
So which of these science fiction probes resonated most with you? What other kind of galactic tales might be out there waiting to be uncovered? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to rate and follow the True Tomorrows podcast for more captivating weekly explorations into the wild and wonderful world of galactic sci-fi flash fiction.
Keep those imaginations firing.
Join us next time for another cool science fiction probe.
Until then, keep looking up and keep wondering.